When someone says, I love dogs more than people, it often sounds like a joke. People laugh, nod, and sometimes even agree. But beneath that simple sentence, there is usually a deeper story. On Reverse Mind Hub, we look beneath the surface of statements like this because they often reveal more about human psychology than we realize. For many adults, especially those who have lived through decades of relationships, disappointments, responsibilities, and loss, loving a dog more than people is not about rejecting humanity. It is about emotional safety. As we grow older, our understanding of people becomes more realistic. In our 20s, we may believe in unconditional friendships and effortless romance. By 40, 50, or 60, we have likely experienced betrayal, misunderstanding, or the quiet drifting apart that happens without drama but leaves an ache anyway. A dog does not drift away emotionally. A dog does not withhold affection to make a point. A dog does not reinterpret your tone, question your motives, or carry resentment from last Thursday into next week. For someone who feels emotionally tired, that consistency feels like peace. There is also something powerful about the way dogs respond to presence rather than performance. In human relationships, especially in Western cultures where productivity and success are emphasized, many adults feel valued for what they provide rather than who they are. You're appreciated for your income, your reliability, your advice, your ability to hold things together. But your dog does not care about your job title, your past mistakes, or whether you handled a conversation perfectly. You walk through the door and you're greeted with enthusiasm that asks for nothing but your presence. Psychologically, this taps into one of our most basic needs, to feel accepted without evaluation. For adults who have spent years being evaluated by bosses, partners, children, or even society itself, that kind of acceptance feels rare and deeply nourishing. Another layer of this bond connects to trust. Trust, once broken repeatedly, does not rebuild easily. Many adults carry invisible emotional scars from friendships that dissolved, marriages that ended, family conflicts that never truly healed. Even when we forgive, our nervous system remembers. It becomes more cautious. Loving a dog can feel safer because the risk of emotional betrayal is dramatically lower. This does not mean dogs are perfect or that human relationships are meaningless. It simply means that the emotional contract with a dog is clear and uncomplicated. The expectations are simple: feed me, walk me, care for me, and I will offer loyalty and companionship. In contrast, human relationships often involve unspoken expectations, shifting needs, and complex communication. For someone who feels emotionally overloaded, simplicity is not shallow, it is healing. There is also the matter of control and predictability. As life progresses, many adults realize how little they can actually control. Health changes, careers shift, children grew distant, the world feels unstable at times. A dog provides a rhythm: morning walks, evening feeding, the familiar sound of paws on the floor. These routines create a sense of structure. Psychologists often talk about the calming effect of predictable patterns on the brain. For adults facing midlife transitions or later life adjustments, that steady presence can ground the nervous system in ways that are difficult to explain but easy to feel. The attachment bond between humans and dogs is not imaginary. Studies have shown that interacting with a dog can release oxytocin, the same hormone associated with bonding between parents and children. When someone says their dog feels like family, it is not just sentimental language. Their brain chemistry supports that experience. For empty nesters or individuals who chose not to have children, this bond fulfills a nurturing instinct. It provides purpose. There is someone who depends on you, who waits for you, who is genuinely affected by your absence or presence. Purpose becomes increasingly important as we age. It stabilizes identity when other roles begin to change. There is also a quieter truth that many do not say out loud.
Some adults feel exhausted by social conflict, political tension, generational misunderstandings, online arguments, workplace competition. The modern social environment can feel loud and polarized. A dog does not argue about ideology. A dog does not judge your beliefs. In a world where conversations can quickly become confrontational, the silent companionship of an animal can feel like a refuge. This does not mean the person hates people. Often it means they are selective about where they invest their emotional energy. Over time, maturity often brings discernment. You may not need a large circle anymore. You may value depth over quantity. And sometimes that depth includes a four-legged companion who listens without interrupting. It is also worth recognizing that loving dogs more than people can sometimes reflect an avoidant attachment pattern. Some individuals who were hurt deeply may unconsciously choose relationships that feel safer because they involve less emotional risk. A dog cannot abandon you in the same way a partner can. A dog cannot criticize your vulnerabilities. For some, this becomes a protective strategy. It shields them from further disappointment. The key difference lies in awareness. If loving your dog enhances your life while you still maintain meaningful human connections, it is a healthy preference. If it replaces all human intimacy because of unresolved fear, that's something worth gently exploring. At Reverse Mind Hub, we don't judge these patterns. We observe them with curiosity. The statement, "I love dogs more than people," often carries humor, but behind it may be a person who is loved deeply, lost deeply, and learned to protect their heart wisely. It may be someone who values loyalty after experiencing inconsistency. It may be someone who finds calm in a chaotic world. Or it may simply be someone who has discovered that the quiet companionship of a dog aligns with who they are at this stage of life. In the end, loving dogs more than people is rarely about choosing animals over humanity. It is about choosing emotional safety, simplicity, loyalty, and peace. And as we grow older, peace becomes less of a luxury and more of a priority.